Okay, here we go. Coops Troops. We're going to be doing some miniatures using Tamiya dark yellow. Army Painter matte black. And I do believe Vallejo off-white. And it can be white. I just picked that up. But I am finding out you can do blending at this scale. And what I just figured out was you start blending and then it kind of turns into dry brush right at the end. And it seems like it's working pretty good. Now, definitely got to get these videos down into a manageable level. At this rate, it's going to be like 10 videos to get one miniature painted. But we're going to make sure we keep working on this and try to get a little bit better. So we're putting a little bit of paint in the wet palette. Don't really know how the wet palette's doing yet. Again, it's now it's drying out too fast. So you definitely got to vent it, but you can't vent it too much. Let's see how I do on the keeping the figure in the camera. When you're putting on this layer, I use, it's not a wash, but it's definitely very thin paint. And when it dries, it'll dry in the valleys and leave the peaks and the folds of the clothes a lighter color. Yeah, I'm doing better with keeping it in the video at least. Let's see how we're doing here. Just doing a basic yellow all the way around. And these are Zevda 172 scale Soviet infantry platoon at Kursk, and it could be just be wary, the Soviet infantry platoon at Kursk 43 is a little bit more highly detailed models compared to the 10 pack of I think it's Art of Tactic. They go together fine, but they are definitely different molds. And I used the 10 pack to fill in the in between. If you look at Plastic Soldier Review, which is a very good site, I should link that if I figure out how to do that. It'll have the Soviet infantry platoon and a German infantry platoon in the upper part of the page, and then down below they'll have the Art of Tactic, and that's where you'll see the other parts. They're not bad figures. Not bad at all. And I'm thinking they're almost 180, 176 or 187 scale. So I would classify them as a big 172, but that's kind of good because 172, if you're on a small 172, you're really a small scale. So here we are back to the miniature. It seems to be keeping it in the camera a little bit better. We'll see how. Looks like we're putting maybe some black paint on there to start doing a little of the valleys of the yellow and a little bit of black. I know it kind of, everybody says don't use the black and white, but I really haven't figured out which is the best way to do that yet. Yeah, okay, so now we are going in the folds of the uniform. The way I'm finding out is very hard. It's very hard to get the consistency right every time. That's what's going on now. But it seems like I'm getting better. I'm painting the same, I guess the same troops, but I'm using the green Russian uniform from Vallejo, and it seems to be doing better. So I think the more you do it, the more you get used to painting it. Obviously, you're going to get better. But I do not only the folds of, hey, get back in that frame there. I do the around all the belts and the equipment. Just give a little dark line. And I've even been doing a little bit darker, like underneath the uniform, where it's really dark, where there's no light that's going to be hitting it. Under the arms, stuff like that. And then hopefully we'll see I wanted to get the palette in there a little bit better. Well, it is, but the end shot, it's got that, whatever that is. I don't know what that is. That bar that kind of blocks the shot, so it limits definitely limits your where you can put your miniature and paint it. But it seems like it's doing a little bit better. I'm way lower. I'm way lower in the video field than I was last time, so that's getting better. I need to just do it all in one video, and man, we have to slog through this for right now, and then we'll get the one figure done, and then I'll do like 1 or 2 minute bursts for everything, and then put it all together as in a 10 minute or 15 minute video. Because I was watching a video the other day, and it was I mean, no one wants to see 7 or 8 videos in a row of the same, you know, painting one miniature. Most people do it all in one video, so that's what we'll get to next. But as of right now, we'll have to slog through one at a time. See, right here, I did 2, so yeah, we could have just cut that out and did it for a 7-minute video. But we're learning. We're figuring out how to do this. If anybody's done InShot, I still don't know how to edit the audio, extract the audio out of there. I just keep working. I just keep doing it. I even look at the tutorial on YouTube and write down the steps, and it still doesn't work. I just keep filling, and then finally I get to some screen I only see once in a while, and I turn the video volume all the way down, and that seems to work. I can't explain how. I don't know. That's. I need to find a different one. Someone made a comment in a video. I need to look at that and go back and see what they suggested. Because yeah, it just drives me nuts trying to get that InShot to work. But yeah, that's the goal. We'll get it down to one video for painting a miniature, but we'll see. The blending is somewhat working. I got all. Let's see, what am I doing? 7 of these figures. I got them all ready to go for the next phase, which would be the ammo pouches, the spade, the canteen, the pack on the back. We'll get that all, and we're going to try to do that all in one video. I'll just do 1 or 2 minute segments, and then we'll cut it down. We'll start now on figuring out how to cut it down into a normal size. I can see that. No one wants to watch 8 videos of one miniature. But just bear with me. We'll get it going. I think I'll do the next video, instead of doing another one of these, I'll do one that I'll do a live. Well, I call it live, but it's just, I don't have to edit. I'll just do one and then straight to YouTube. Like I did with the tables and showing the troops and stuff. I'll show you what I've been working on. I do cross between, I don't play Warhammer 40K right now, but I played it earlier in my miniature career, and I still got a lot of stuff, and I make a custom stomper right now. Maybe I'll show some pictures of that, but then I'll show some of my figures. I think I got a full platoon on a few, and I got the Fallschirmjägers, the German paratroopers. I'm working on those. The Pegasus, they're good figures. Remember, it's Pegasus, Caesar, and Zvezda is the go-to figures right now, and they all seem to be like a bigger 172, which is nice. Caesar is a little bit, but one thing about Caesar, they're the one that's got the face. They always get their face good. The only thing that is the mold lines, and that brings me up to another subject. I got to use that. Someone has said use a paper clip. Heat the paper clip up and get the mold lines. So whoever you are, if you're listening, I'm going to try that. The only problem is that would make it smell. And my wife doesn't like that. I have trouble even gluing sometimes. She can smell it. She's got a nose like a... She can smell anything. She's like, you got that glue open. I say, yep, that's right. I got to use testers, and I got Tamiya extra thin I want to use, but every time I just have to open the bottle and she can smell it. It says it gives her a headache. Well, I can understand that, so I'm very careful on the gluing. There's a somewhat good close-up. It is working out pretty good. It seem to be blending. Now, what I've noticed is I'm blending, and then it kind of turns into a dry brush right at the end. Which not too bad at this scale. It kind of works out pretty good, especially with the real thin wrinkles of the fold of the clothes. We'll get a close-in shot. There we go. We'll get a close-in shot of these figures using that backdrop. And I want to see, in fact, they're looking so good, I'm going to definitely tone down my Agrax Earthshade wash a little bit with some medium and cut that down. And then we'll see how they look. I think they're going to come out pretty good. There we go. Okay, we're getting to the end of the video. Yeah, we'll cut it. It ain't going to be 8, but it might be 4, 5, or 6 videos to get all through these. But we'll try to do better. Looks like the camera angle's a lot better, and I'm staying in the box. So we're going to have to say, Coops, troops, out!